We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, and hopefully to move a little bit better. I am plugging in a microphone right now. Give me a hot second so that we can have some decent audio while my face goes spinning all over the place doing moves. Okay. Whew. Oh, hello, everybody. It's time for some side splits and some hip mobility. Oh, whew. Let's do it. We're gonna get started with our standard hip car. Let's go. We're gonna bring the knee directly to the front as high as possible. Keep going, lift it up. Ooh, we're gonna open up that hip directly to the side and keep the knee high. From here, we're gonna rotate that leg so that the ankle comes up and the knee comes down a little bit. From the side, it's gonna look like this. We're gonna aim to get to horizontal first, and we're gonna keep going. Oh, bring the ankle up. Your hamstrings are probably gonna get a little bit tense here. Then from here, we're gonna bring the leg down and back. Trying to get this hip going straight back so that this leg, the hamstrings are flexed, the glutes are flexed, hip flexor in the front is feeling a little bit of a stretch. That is one rep. We're going to do 10 of these on the left side, 10 of these on the right side. Let's go. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. That's one. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. That's two. High knee, open, ankle up. That's three. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. That's five. Open, ankle up, down and back. Six. Open, ankle up, down and back. Seven. Open, ankle up, down and back. Eight. Open, ankle up, down and back. Nine. Open, ankle up, down and back. 10. Whew. That is hip cars on one side. If you're just joining in, we're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side splits, stretching and hip mobility. We're doing it together. If you need a little bit of help with consistency, which is the most important skill ever, make sure to hit follow and subscribe and stick around. Okay, other leg. Tense the core. Let's go. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. Feel free to lean yourself against a wall to help stabilize. We care about getting that maximum range of motion. If your standing leg is struggling with balance, if you are wobbling a little bit and it's making it so you can't focus on the end range of motion in the main leg that we're focused on, use something for help, all right? I think this is 4. Knee, open, ankle, down and back. 6, 7, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open, ankle up, down and back. And that is 10 reps of hip cars going forwards. We're going to start doing them and going backwards. Same major points that we're going to hit throughout the movement. Just going to do them in a slightly different order. Let's talk about it. We're going to flex the core, keep it nice and tight. We're going to start by bringing the leg down and back. When we do this, it tends to be the case that if you try really hard, you're going to end up in a situation where you're putting a whole bunch of pressure on your low back. We don't want that much pressure on the low back, so I want you to keep your core tight so that when you bring the leg back, you're feeling the stretch here in the hip flexor and not in the back, all right? That's it. Let's go. Bring the leg down and back. Open up the leg. Lift it as high as you can. From here, we're going to rotate and bring the ankle up as high as you can. We're going to rotate it down, bring the knee up as high as you can. Bring the knee forward. That's one rep. We're going to do 10 of these. Let's go. Core tight. Back. Side. Ankle up, ankle down. Knee. Back. Side. Ankle up, ankle down. 2. Back. Side. Ankle up, ankle down. 3. Back. Side, ankle up, ankle down. 4, back. Side, ankle up, ankle down. 5, back. Side, ankle up, ankle down. 6, back. Side, ankle up, ankle down. 7, back. Side, ankle up, ankle down. 8, If you need to take a break anytime, please do take a break. We got two more on that leg. This is me taking a break. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 9. Last one. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 10. Oh, that is hip cars going backwards. This hip is probably feeling pretty tired, but the leg doing all the balance work is probably even more tired. Good thing we get to switch it up, change up the muscles getting used. Let's finish up our hip cars. Stand up straight, keep your abs and core tight, and let's go. Leg back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 2. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 3. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 4. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 5. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 6. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 7. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 8. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 9. Last one. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down. 10. Oh, those are our hip cars. That's our first warm-up exercise. And if your legs and your hips are tired, feel free to do a little dance. Shift your weight from side to side and try to loosen up those hips a little bit with some hip circles. We're going to move on into warm-up exercise number 2. It's a little bit more chill, a little bit easier. We are going to do something called elephant walks. And I want you to fold at the hips, get into this L shape. If you have a tight low back, an old injury there or something like that, your back is going to get real tight for a moment, and that's okay. Breathe, chill, relax, and once you're starting to feel it mostly in your hamstrings, we're ready to go. I want you to focus on bringing the belly button down into the ground. And now really feeling it in your hamstrings. That's good. That's fine. Oh, keep on breathing, normal breath. Just try to chill out for a little bit. No need to make this super intense. All right. We're going to add a little bit of movement. All right. We're going to bend one knee. We're going to straighten out the other leg. Then we're going to switch. We're going to bend the other knee, straighten out the other leg. But the whole time, we're going to keep on trying to keep our belly button as low to the ground as possible, as far forward, folded as possible. All right. And it's not going to be very comfortable. You might feel some crazy sensations in your hamstrings. You might be feeling a tingling, a pull here at the base of your butt. And those are normal. As you do a couple more of these, you might start feeling a tingling sensation in your calves and in your toes. The tingling in your calves and toes are often called nerve flossing or nerve stretching. And that is also okay. Just try not to go super explosively from one position into the next. Keep on going, switching back and forth. Keep on trying to bring the belly button down. Bend one knee, straighten the other, 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 and breathe. We want to get to a point where suddenly you realize, oh, hey, that wasn't so bad. It started brutal. This was awful at first, but now I can move and I'm not feeling so bad. Keep on trying to bring the belly button down a little bit lower if you're there. And we're going to go for 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, pop into a little bit of squat. Come back up into standing. Hopefully your hamstrings are feeling, maybe they're not feeling better, but they're a lot looser. Whew. That is part 1 of stretch number 2. We're going to get right back into that position that we were just in a second. So, again, feet about hips width apart, folded forward. We're going to bend one leg and straighten out the other. We're going to take the arm from the bent leg. We're going to reach across to the other side. What we're about to do is called thoracic rotation, which just means we're going to rotate the spine, the thoracic spine. So let's do it. Bent leg, hand going across the body. It's going to push against the outside of your leg, and you're going to try your best to rotate the chest around, rotate that spine, and reach up and behind you. When you feel like you've reached your maximum range, I want you to take a small inhale and exhale, and see if you can get a little bit further. Inhale, exhale. Oh, that's the first side of the first rep. We gotta do the other side. Other leg, bent, left leg straight. Hand from the bent side reaches across the body to the straight leg side, and we're pushing open. Reach up into the air. Breathe, reach, breathe, reach, breathe, and that is one rep. We're gonna do 5 of these in total. That means we got 4 more to do. Let's go. Bent leg, straight leg. Reach, 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 reach. Other side. And back. That's 3. And 4. Last reps. And 5. That is some thoracic rotation for your spine. I talk about it fast. I do them pretty fast, but you do not need to do them as fast as I do. You can slowly rotate and reach and take care of yourself. Cool? All right, that is warm up exercise number 2. We're gonna get on into our third and final warm up exercise. The last thing that we're gonna do to get our blood pumping, our energy up, and these are called Cossack switches. You don't have to jump in immediately with me. We are gonna do them together, but I'm gonna demonstrate for them real fast. We're gonna drop down to one side. The other leg is gonna extend out. We're gonna try to squish as low as we can on one side. Then we are going to scoot our butts over to the other side, squish as low as we can, and then come back. That is not the easiest form or technique. So we're gonna pre-stretch our ankles and our hips right now. I want you to pop into a bit of a squat, and I want you to pull your chest to your knees, and I want you to lean forward so that your Achilles tendon is tight, your calves are tight, and you are able to balance something like this. While we do this, I want you to focus on the stretch happening while you bring your knees to your chest, feeling the stretch right here in the hips. I want you to work on that ankle mobility, and I want you to do a little dance, do a little wiggle, do a little shimmy, just to get those muscles moving and help them to relax a little bit. Whew. Once you've held that for a couple more seconds, we're gonna move on into the Cossack switches. All right, let's talk about form. I want you to, from this knee tucked position, feeling the stretch, place your hands right in front of you. I want you to extend the other leg out directly to the side, heels down. And this leg, the leg that's about to put a lot of power into the ground, I want you to keep this heel down. With your heels down, you have a lot more balance in your foot. Your big toe, your pinky toe, and your heel are working together as a little tripod. And that's the most important part right now, because you're going to be in this crazy position and you want to stay stable. Cool? I want you to try your best to get as low as you can while keeping your heel down. And that's it. We're going to scoot our butt over to the other side. If you need a little bit of assistance, you can put your hands down and bring your body over. If you're unable to get super low to the ground just yet, you need to be this high in order to be able to hang out with your heel down. That's absolutely okay. If you're strong enough to bring yourself over, great. If you need a little bit of assistance, also fine. All right, that's it. Let's go. We're doing 10 reps of these. Start in your starting position. Breathe. Bring your hips over to the other side. Breathe. Sink into that stretch and come back. Again, feel free to use your hands to help with balance, to help with strength. If you feel like you tried it with the hands and you don't need them, you can take your hands away and keep the same forward leaned angle that you were using before, so you don't have to learn some new balance. You can also sit up really, 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 really straight. shift your center of balance a little bit, make a couple more muscles in the low back work pretty hard, and keep going. I think we've done probably 7 at this point. Keep on going. 8. Try your best to pause for a second on either side. I forget all the time, so don't feel bad if you have not been pausing. That's okay. We're trying to get a little bit of an extra second of stretching on either side. I think this is 9. And finally, 10. If you have done way more than 10, that's my bad. I haven't been counting at all. I've been talking about how to get through different variations of the move. I hope your hips are okay and you're ready to move on. We're going to move on into the stretches. And that means our warm up exercises are over. It's done. It's not going to be nearly as hard as this. We're not going to have so much cardio. We're not going to be doing reps and counting lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of really effortful movement. Gets a little bit easier from here. And the first thing that we're going to do is a hamstring stretch. And the way we're going to do it looks a little bit like this. We're going to drop our knee down onto the ground. We're going to extend one leg out in front. We're going to fold our belly button down into the ground. So I recommend you go grab a cushion and grab a little protection for your knee. Could be dirty laundry. Then you just roll up into a ball, stick under your knee. Yoga mat, you fold a couple times, stick under your knee. Old pillow that you don't care about, your dog bed, whatever you want. Cool? In the meantime, I'm gonna come over, check the chat real quick, and grab a sip of coffee. Feel free to drink some water or drink something else if you like. All right, let's see. How are we doing? I'm not seeing many comments in the chat. That makes this easy. I'm super out of breath. Che says hello. Hello, Che. Welcome back. All right. For everybody on the live, if you're just joining in for the first time and you have no idea what it is that I'm doing, we do 45 minutes to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern to practice the number one quality, consistency, because it's really hard. It's really hard to sit on the floor and go ahead and suffer through some stretches every single day, trying to get a little bit of mobility practice in. And so we try to make it a little bit more fun. I try to bring that energy to the internet. We try to put this at a standard time every day so you can put it into your schedule, look forward to it, and hopefully that combination of practicing consistency, community, good vibes helps all of us to make a whole bunch more progress in our hip mobility, in our side splits, and that's the goal. If that sounds like fun, make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe. If that doesn't sound like fun, but sounds like what you need, also hit follow and hit subscribe. If you're not quite sure this is for you, stick around, do a couple more stretches, and we'll be doing side splits soon enough. All right. We got a couple messages that came in just now. Kimar says, hi, Ken. Josh Tree says, we are too busy to comment. Absolutely. Elizabeth Hida says, how many times a week? We do this 7 days a week, every single day. Earthly Color Brown says, blessings by way of Scottsdale, Arizona. Ooh. I bet it's still hot in Scottsdale, but because it's winter, you're having it nicer than everybody else. I think New York is getting like 13 to 17 inches of snow tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Whew. It's time. Let's go. Time to do some hamstring stretches. Again, if you have a cushion big enough, great. If you don't, it's okay. It's not that big a deal. But if you do have a cushion big enough, try to place both your knees down right next to each other on top of that cushion. I want you to take a look at your hips. All right. Want your left hip to be the same distance in front of you as your right hip. What does that mean? Just make sure your hips are in line in front of you. If your knees are together, your hips are probably going to be in line. When we do the next part, when we extend one leg out, it tends to be the case that one hip starts shooting out way far in front of the other or something like that. And you start opening up and you start getting into a position that kind of looks like you're doing a front split. All right. We're not doing front splits. We're focusing on the hamstring stretch. The further you extend your leg, the harder you have to work to get into the hamstring stretch. So keep this leg right here together. All right. From here, we're just folding our belly button down to the thigh. And instead of letting you watch my big head, we are going to turn around, or I'm going to turn around. You don't have to do anything. Yeah. If you have a leg that is a little bit more stiff than the other, you want to spend some extra time on that one, you should start with that leg because I spend a little bit more time explaining in the first rep. And then when we do the second one, I explain less. So we spend a tiny bit less time on the second leg. All right. So hips together, belly button going down to the thigh. Let's go. Ah. Okay. So for part one, just try your best to relax and breathe. See if you can make this feel a little bit more chill. When you're getting into it, it's gonna be really intense. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, okay, manageable but intense. And I want you to just try your best to relax and breathe normal. All right. From here, we're gonna do a big inhale and slowly exhale all the air in our lungs, but slowly. And we're gonna try and fold deeper into the stretch while we exhale. Then we're gonna hang out in that position. We're gonna breathe a little bit more, casual breathing, normal breathing. Then we're gonna do one more inhale, exhale, and then we'll be ready to stretch. All right. So let's get ready to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and fold. Ah, man. You should be feeling it maybe in the bottom of your glutes, in your hamstrings. You might be feeling it in your heels because your heels are kind of smashing themselves into the ground. You might be feeling it in your calves, and those are all normal sensations. Just try your best to breathe. Oh, okay. Everything's all right. Ah, all right. We're going to do one more inhale, exhale. Let's go. Inhale, exhale, and fold. Try to make sure as much of the folding is coming from the hips as possible. If you're trying to bring your chest down and your head is coming down and you're feeling a lot of stress in your neck, in your shoulders, that is you working a little too hard. You don't have to do all that. Most of the stretch is coming from the hips, so let your neck, your back relax a little bit. All right? That's it. We're in position. Let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. Live from 12 hours ago. I was super stretchy and got into possibly my deepest right leg hamstring stretch. But I'm feeling super stiff right now and I cannot get my chest down. If you're also feeling like, oh, some days are a lot more tight than others, that is okay. That is normal. Your body is not going to be perfectly linear in its progress. So on days where you're really not feeling good, take it chill, relax a little bit. It's fine. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, come on out of that hamstring stretch. That's our first one. We gotta do the other leg. Oh, breathe, chill, and let's switch. Again, try to keep those hips in a nice line directly by each other. Extend one leg in front, fold the belly button down to the thigh. And if you find that your legs are a little too close, you're struggling a little bit with balance, you can extend one leg slightly further out to the side. All right? Now that we are here, fold it forward, breathe, try to relax. Everything's okay, everything's fine. You can put your hands down for a little bit of support, and that will help your muscles relax a little bit, take some tension off of the leg. And it's time to inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Wow. Breathe, relax, try to be chill. Let the muscles stretch. Inhale, exhale one more time. This is it. Inhale. Exhale and fold. That is our second inhale, exhale. Your muscles should be really tight. Keep trying to take some small, normal breaths and try to relax. Oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. 30 seconds, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, come on out of that stretch. Oof. That is our first stretch. That's our hamstring stretch. If you're sweating right now, if your legs feel like they're not working right now, that's okay. That's normal. We're gonna get rid of the cushion. We don't need it anymore. And we're gonna move on into stretch number two. For stretch number two, we're doing the butterfly stretch, and I recommend you do it against a wall, something that you can lean your back against. And I'll tell you why that's important in just a second. We're gonna put our hips, our low back, our mid back, our shoulders, our head up against the wall. I have a window here, so my head isn't actually against the wall, but the bottoms of my shoulder blades are, and that's gonna be good enough for me. For the rest of us, try to be against the wall. That's probably the easiest thing that you can find. From here, we're gonna bring our legs together, put our feet together, pull them in towards our groin, and this is the basic setup for a butterfly stretch. What we're gonna do next is bring our knees down into the ground so that we can actually stretch out the groin muscles here in the center of the body. I always want you to get a little bit stronger and a little bit more mobile at the same time. So we're going to use these muscles, the outer thigh muscles and the glutes, to help open up our legs as much as possible. And if you're just joining in for the first time, you're like, I don't know if I'm using the right muscles. If you're feeling more tension here in the groin muscles, in the inner thigh muscles, then you're probably doing it right. If your knees are going downwards or they're like shaking because you're contracting so hard, but they're not going anywhere because they're not quite strong enough, you're probably also doing it right. From here, we're taking our hands, we're pushing the legs down deeper into the stretch. And because we're pushing, our back from the shoulders and our head is going to also push back into the wall. And that's why we have the wall there, so that you don't flop backwards and you can keep on applying pressure into your legs. That's it. Breathe. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. If you've stopped flexing those muscles in your outer thighs and your glutes, that's okay. Flex them some more. If you've been flexing this whole time, relax them for a little bit. Switch it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. Oof. Let your hands go first. Your knees might pop up a little bit, and that's okay. I want you to use your muscles and try to move your legs a little bit to wake them up, to shake them out. Oh, and it might be really hard to get a little bit of movement. If you're struggling with that, take your hands, shake out your knees, go, hey, it's time to wake up. Can't be naughty now. All right, let's go. We gotta get to work. Once your legs are moving, they're shaking a little bit, and you're ready to continue, we're gonna move on into stretch number 3. It is either the standing pancake or the seated pancake. If you're planning to do a whole bunch of these lives, because we got 4 this weekend, 9 a.m., 9 p.m., 9 a.m., 9 p.m. Eastern, and your hips are feeling a little bit tired, you can definitely do the seated pancake. It's a little bit more chill. If you're joining in for the first time and you're not quite sure how you want to do these, try with the seated pancake first. They're a little bit more chill. So, in both the seated and the standing pancake, we're opening up our legs decently wide. We're folding forward, bring the belly button down towards the ground. In the standing pancake, you just kind of fold forward and you hang out, and you get deeper into the stretch, and you keep on trying to fold forward and deeper and folding, and that is basically the whole thing. It's gonna be really intense, so I recommend you try and get to a position where gravity is pulling you down nice and good, and the position for that for your upper body is as close to horizontal as possible. All right. You can do the same from a seated position. If you had a chair behind you, you can fold forward and get into the same position. All right. That is all we got. Seated pancake is folding your belly button down into the ground. So, for the seated variation, you can feel free to grab a chair, grab a stool, grab something to sit on. Just make sure that the chair, the stool, whatever it is that you're sitting on is secured, isn't going to slide out from underneath you, because at some point, inevitably, while you're in your pancake, you're going to wiggle around, you're going to shift, you're going to lean forward. And if it's not that stable, it's not that comfortable, it's going to be really hard for you to focus on the stretch. Cool? I generally like to stick the chair, the stool, the whatever it is, really close up against the wall if it's got enough room. If it doesn't have quite enough room, then just try your best. Cool? Let's go. Once again, we're opening up our legs out to the side. If you want, you can aim for 90 degrees, 120 degrees. Those are good numbers to aim for if you care about that stuff. And we are trying to bring our belly button down to the ground. If your butt is really low to the ground and you're not feeling like you're making a lot of progress leaning forward, you can elevate your hips, elevate your butt a little bit, and that should help. Otherwise, you can extend the lever and use gravity to help you out. What that means is stick your hands, so your elbows, or sorry, your biceps are by your ears, and then fold forward. And because your arms are hanging out up here above your head, suddenly that stretch will feel way more intense. I think that's enough. That's enough setup. Let's do this. Fold forward, bring the belly button down. Fold forward, bring the belly button down, do a little wiggle from side to side. See if you can open up some more space for your hips. If you feel like you're gonna fall out of your seat, out of your chair, scoot your butt back, scoot yourself deeper into the chair, give your hips a bit more room, and let's go. Keep breathing. Try to bring the belly button down. Keep breathing. Try to bring the belly button down. We're ready. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Remember, trying to bring the belly button to the ground. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, come back up out of that position. Oh, oh, that is our seated pancake. If you were doing the standing pancake, oh, your inner thigh muscles are probably struggling quite hard. If you did the seated pancake, it's probably mostly in your hamstrings. And those are both good. If you did a standing pancake, which I do recommend once we get a little bit more comfortable with the forward folding, with the balance, you're going to be straining these muscles because they're getting stretched, right? They're getting really long, but you're also going to be flexing these muscles really hard to help keep you stable, to help you stand in this position for 30 seconds. So if you start aiming for reaching that end range of motion, getting as deep as you can, and you're contracting these muscles while they're getting stretched, it's going to be really intense. It's going to be really, 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 really intense. However, getting stronger here with these muscles is very important, and that's why the standing pancake is actually super important. On days where you're doing a lot, you're feeling tired, feeling a little bit stiff, feel free to sit. But when you're feeling good, when you're ready for a little bit of a challenge, make sure to do a couple of standing pancakes and give that a shot. Whew. Hopefully, your hips, your legs are feeling a little bit less exhausted, less strained right now. Do a little wiggle, shake out those hips, move around, do a little dance, and we're ready to move on into stretch number 4. If you're just joining in for the first time, we're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern to practice consistency. I can't even say the word. Build a little bit of community, send good vibes, make it a little bit more fun, make it a little bit more easy to practice consistency so that we can move a little bit better and get into some side splits. All right? Make sure to hit follow and subscribe. Fourth stretch is optional in that You can do the figure four or the pigeon stretch. In both, you're doing something like this. You're bringing your ankle across the body, you're bringing the ankle up to the belly button, and the belly button down to the leg. And from the side, it's gonna look a little bit like this. You're feeling the stretch here in the side of your glute. You're trying to bring your leg to your belly button and your belly button down. Whoa. That means you get to choose what's coming up next. If you like, you can do the figure four. If you're a regular and you know exactly what you prefer, go ahead and jump into that. I think we explained the pigeon 12 hours ago. So since this is the same day, we'll do the pigeon again. Let's demonstrate some pigeon. We're doing the same thing as before. The ankle is up, belly button is down, but instead of standing on one leg, we're going to have that leg down on the ground. All right. So ankle is horizontal, belly button is coming down towards that leg. So we're folding forward. This back leg, you can do anything you really want with it. For our purposes, it's totally fine if you have the leg bent and just off to the side because you can get that intense stretch from this position. If you want to have your pigeon look a little bit more clean, you want to have that line going straight back, you got options. The first one is for our purposes, there's absolutely no reason for you to sit up straight. If you start with your chest down and you kind of roll over, roll into it, you might be able to get your leg to go right underneath you. Give that a try. If that's not enough for you and you need a little bit of help, you can elevate the front leg. All right. When you elevate the front leg, more likely than not, we're not going to have enough flexibility to just have your hips drop back down into the ground. It's going to lift your hips. And with that lifted hip, you'll have way more room for this leg to go back beneath you, behind you. So those are your two options. Elevate your front leg or try your best to flop into a straight line on the floor and pull the leg behind you. Let's get into some pigeon. I want you to imagine that you bring the center of your chest down to the center of your leg, so between your knee and your ankle. And I want you to try your best to keep your leg pushed away from you so that you're feeling a lot of stretch here in the leg. All right. If you get into a position where your heel is tucked basically to your groin, you're going to feel a very different stretch or maybe no stretch at all. Got it? Whew. That's it. Let's go. Get into position. Fold forward, feel that pressure in your hips. Extend the leg back if you can, if you want to. Feel the stretch in the outside glute and breathe. Try to relax. 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 22, 21, 20. 19. If it feels like the stretch suddenly got super easy, come back, push your heel further away from your leg, push it towards your face. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is all. One pigeon stretch. We're going to switch over to the other side. Bring the leg in, spin the other leg out, breathe, chill for a second. Try to get the midpoint of your chest to the midpoint between your knee and your ankle. I pointed to them in reverse order. And fold forward. If you're not feeling much of a stretch at all, push your ankle towards your face. And hopefully you got enough room to bring your leg down and back. I want you to imagine that there's a rope pulling the top of your head forward so that you're lengthening the spine. And fold. Breathe. Relax. 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is it for our fourth stretch. I hope you felt it in the glutes, in the sides. Take a quick second to breathe, and we're gonna hop into some side splits. The fifth and final stretch that we're gonna do is actually 3 rounds of 30 seconds of side splits. Everything so far has been preparation, getting the hips loosened up, getting the hamstrings loosened up, preparing them for the intense combination of all of those muscles. We're gonna do some side splits. But before we do side splits, I want you to get into a kind of comfortable, kind of safe position so that you feel a little bit more safe. All right. I recommend you stand 8 to 12 inches in front of a wall. Right here, I have sort of the wall down here underneath the window. And that is enough for me because I can get low enough ground where I don't need a whole entire wall. But if you are just starting and you're not quite sure how we're going to do this, don't worry and just stand in front of a wall. I'm going to pretend my hand here is an imaginary wall. And I'm going to demonstrate a lot of the positions that we're going to end up being in while we are working on the side split stretch. Inevitably, our legs will be wide, and we will be in something that looks like this with your hands on the ground. We're shifting our weight. We're trying to figure out how to get into a deeper position. We're wiggling, we're squirming, and we're going to walk our hands back towards our hips to put more body weight into the legs. So at some point, you're going to be in this position. And if you just lean a little too far back, you're going to fall on your butt. What we're trying to prevent is for you to fall really far, deep into the ground, smashing your butt, making that tailbone hurt. So if you have a wall, it's 12 inches behind you. Instead of dropping your butt all the way down, maybe you'll go poop and you'll get stuck. You'll be like, oh, okay, that wasn't so bad. Great. Maybe you'll freak out and you'll be like, oh no, I'm falling. Ah! You'll rotate and your shoulder will smash into the wall. Maybe you won't react at all. You'll be like, and your back will smash into the wall. Whatever the case, it'll be way more comfortable than your butt slamming tailbone first into the ground. So make sure you stand 8 to 12 inches in front of a wall. And with that, we are ready to get into the stretches. But I'm kind of thirsty because I talk so much. So I'm going to have a sip of water first. That was a little bit more than a sip. Okay. If you need to grab a sip of water as well, don't worry about it. Go ahead and grab some. That is an AI summary and not a comment. So we're ready to go. I want you to start by opening up your legs decently wide. It's wide as you want, as wide as you're comfortable. All right. If your hips are starting to hurt, pause, bring your legs in a little bit, and we're good to go. From here, from your deepest, widest possible position, without pain, I want you to fold forward. Bring the belly button down directly into the ground. If this looks like exactly how we set up for the pancakes, that is correct. That is absolutely the same. From here, we're going to take our hands, we're going to try and put them on the ground. If you can't reach, you can feel free to grab something to elevate your hands a little bit. But when you're folded forward in this position, you should be able to open up your legs just a little bit further without pain. So hopefully, opening up the legs will help you get into that deeper position with your hands on the ground. Cool? From here, we're going to do the most important part of the whole entire live. We're going to externally rotate the legs. When we fold forward, a better position for our hips, but we can get into an even better position for our hips for the side split. And that position looks like this. Instead of your foot down flat on the ground like that, we're going to rotate the whole leg backwards. And it's going to look like that, so that your heel is down, your toes are pointing up, your knee is pointing up, your quad muscles are pointing up, and we're rotating the whole leg backwards. All right, we're gonna do that on both legs. You can't see the other leg as well, but hopefully you can see that the quad muscle is pointing upwards. And when you're in this position, you should be able to slide a little bit deeper into your stretch. If you can't, that's totally fine. Don't worry about it. But this is our starting position for the side splits. You're already here. You're in the side splits. From here, I want you to try your best to walk your hands back a little bit. And this is where you can potentially fall backwards and smash your butt into the ground, so be careful. From here, you're going to be feeling a whole bunch more tension in your legs, and that is good. That is good. We're going to do a little wiggle from side to side, see if you can break the friction, holding your feet back, help yourself get into a deeper position, and we're ready to go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Don't hold your breath. Remember to breathe. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Walk your hands forward, pull your legs in, and that is our first side split attempt. Ah, we spent a lot of time explaining, going through some little details to make sure that you're able to get into position on that first round. In the second and third round, we're gonna be a little bit faster with the pacing, since you already know the general gist of it, and that means you'll suffer a little bit less in the second and third round, but you'll be more tired. So it probably will even out. Let's come back into standing. Whew. Grunt, groan, make whatever noises you need to make to get out of that position. It's fine. I don't mind. I can't hear you anyway. And we're going to shake out the tension. So in between each of these exercises, we build a lot of tension, or sorry, during the exercises, we build a lot of tension in the legs, in the hips. All these muscles are contracting, trying to keep us from getting into a deeper side split. And what we want to do in between each round is to shake it out, get loose, get flappy, and wiggle it out. Cool? So we're going to start by shaking out the legs. Shake, 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 shake. Watch, imagine you're flicking water off of your feet. When you're doing this, your ankles are relaxed, your calf muscles are relaxed. You're just whipping that leg out. And as you get more comfortable with it, you can pick up the tempo, the pace. You can reduce the range of motion. You can drop the knee down, let it relax a bit more. You can lean your body sideways so you don't have to work as hard to lift this knee. And keep shaking it out. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. And that leg should be good. We're going to move on to the other leg. Shaking the water off of our toes, flicking it, whipping it out, and drop the knee, lean off to the side, relax the leg, shake, 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 wiggle, 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 flop, 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 flop. And that leg should be good as well. We're gonna do a little bit for our hips because right here on the sides of the hips, you're probably feeling quite a little bit of tension, especially if there's one of your first couple of reps. To loosen up those hips, we are going to put all of our weight into one leg. We're going to drop maybe the big toe, maybe the ball of the foot down on the other side. There's no weight on it, so you can lift it up at any time, right? We're going to rotate so that the knee points out, the knee points in, the knee points out, the knee points in, the knee points out, the knee points in. There's almost no weight on this leg, so this is all about just doing a dance, doing the shimmy, wiggling, relaxing the muscles by giving them a reason to move around gently without contracting super hard. And if you want, you can pick up the pace just like how we were shaking. And if you shake, 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 you can get the quad muscles to kind of flop around all over the place. And that will help your upper thighs relax. Whew. So if you haven't figured it out yet, that's normal. That's okay. Especially if it's your first time. We're just bringing the knee out and in and 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 out and in. And then you pick up the pace, move a little bit more aggressively, and you swap directions a little bit faster. And the other muscles in your leg that you want to stay relaxed are going to start flopping around. Cool? If you can't figure it out on the first try, don't worry. We got lots of lives. We got lots of attempts. Let's keep going. Stand 8 to 12 inches in front of whatever you're prepared to fall and bump your butt into. And let's get into some side splits. Open up the legs decently wide. Make sure your hips do not hurt. If they're already hurting, if they're uncomfortable, bring your legs in a little bit. And we're ready to fold forward. Put your hands down if you can. When you're in this forward folded position, you should be able to get deeper into your side split position. So go ahead and do that and see if you can bring your hands down into the ground. From here, we are externally rotating the legs, both of them. We're going from this position where the feet are facing down into this position where your heels are down, your toes are up, your knees are up, your quads are up. The whole leg is rotating back a little bit. We're gonna do that on both sides. When you do that, we're opening up our hips for some side split. And we're gonna do a little shimmy from side to side. Oh, see if we can break the friction holding our feet back. We're gonna walk our hands towards our hips, Try to lean forward to help counterbalance. Put as much weight into our legs as possible. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, almost done. 3, 2, 1, 0. Walk your hands forward, pull your legs in, and oh man, breathe, chill, relax. That is our second side split. We got one more to do, but before that, we gotta shake out our legs, shake out our hips, and relax as much of the muscles as possible. So come back up into standing. Ooh, grunt and groan if you need to. Waddle around like a little penguin if you need to. And let's shake out those legs. Again, we're flicking water off of our toes. We're whipping the arms and the legs around, letting them get loose. And then, as you get more comfortable with that, keep the ankles relaxed, keep the calves relaxed, drop the knee, chill out, and just flop around. Flop, 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 flop. I want you to be soggy ramen noodles that you forgot in the cup of noodles that you forgot about, and you're like, oh, okay, all right, turned into Jello. That's what we want. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. And legs should be feeling a little bit better. We're gonna take some time to work on those hips. We're gonna lean all of our weight onto one side. We're gonna bend the knee on the other, put the big toe or the ball of the foot down. We're gonna rotate in and out. In and out, 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 in and out. If this is starting to look a little bit like a dance, if you feel like it's time to do some stanky leg and you want to make this portion of our life a little bit more fun for yourself, please add it in. Stanky leg. Bring the leg, bring the knee in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Most of the movement is happening here at the hip joint where the thigh bone connects into the hips. Nothing else, as you can see, has to move. But if you want to turn it into a dance move and you want to make it a little bit more fun, please, by all means, we're suffering on the floor, doing stretches all day. If you want to turn it into a little bit of a dance in between, we should do it. You should make it more fun. Cool? That is what we do between the second and third side split. So it's time for the third side split. Stand 8 to 12 inches in front of whatever you are ready to bust your butt falling into. And let's go. Open up the legs as wide as you can. Make sure there's no pain here in the hips. If there is, bring your legs a little closer together. We are folding forward, bring the belly button down towards the ground. And when you're folded forward, you should be able to get into slightly deeper stretch. When you're standing up straight, your hip bones might not be able to go quite as far out, but when you're folded forward like this, you should be able to get into a deeper position. So take advantage and see if you can bring your hands down to the ground. Rotating the legs, we're going from feet flat on the ground to rotated. We're rotating the whole leg back so that the heels are down, the toes are pointing up, the knees are pointing up, the quads are pointing up. Everything is rotated upwards. All right? Do that on both legs. You can't see the other leg, but hopefully you can see the quad muscles are going up. And that should help you get into a deeper side split position. Once you've rotated, you might automatically start drifting out into a deeper side split. And that is awesome. Very convenient. From here, we're going to walk our hands back towards our hips a little bit to help put more of our body weight right above our hips. And we're going to do a little wiggle from side to side. Ooh, that is our third and final side split. Let's go. 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. Try to relax as much as you can. Breathe and try and chill those muscles out. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. If your elbows have been locked this whole time, your arms have been totally straight, bend them. See if suddenly you feel like you got into a way more intense stretch. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Remember, we're breathing, we're not holding our breath. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Walk your hands forward, pull your legs in. Oh man. If you're struggling a little bit, you're moving in slow mo right now, that is okay. We're done with our side splits. We're gonna do a little bit more shaking, a little bit more relaxing so that your hips are chilled out and you can go back to doing whatever you want to do today. And we're gonna do a couple of joint checks just to make sure our muscles and our joints are working well together. Then we'll be all done. Try to come back up into standing, waddle around like a penguin if you need to. And let's shake out the legs. Shake, 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 flick, flick, flick. If you're just joining in, you're like, what is this shake? How do we do it? This looks ridiculous. Don't worry about all those things. Imagine you're flicking water off of your toes, like you just stepped in a puddle and you're like, ooh, that's wet. Whipping the water droplets off into the sky, really far away, maybe into somebody's face. That is the type of energy we're trying to bring here, flicking water into people's faces. So rude. All right, drop the knee, relax the leg, let the ankle flop around, let the calves flop around, flop, 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 flop. If at this point you have not had your arms just flopping all over the place, doing crazy things to give your arms a little bit of relaxation, do a little T-Rex hand, and be gentle with your wrists. Your wrists are pretty sensitive, and just let your muscles relax. Shake, 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 wiggle, 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 wiggle. They didn't work as hard as the legs, but they did struggle to hold your weight up, and your fingers might be quite tired. So give them a little bit of love as well. Shake out the other leg. All your weight is on one side. Shake, 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 shake. Flick, 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 and drop the knee. Pick up the pace. Let the ankles super relax. So your ankles just flopping wherever they want. Your calves are relaxed and whew. Time for some hip action. Let's go. Lean all of our weight onto one side, just the toe. The ball of the foot is here on the other. Bring the legs in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out. Do a little dance. This is the last one. Make it fun. Enjoy yourself. Do the other thing. Other leg. Stanky leg. And if you want, you can actually combine both into one movement. You can do both at the same time. It's a little bit more pressure on the hips, but hey, if it's more fun, you want to do the dance, do the dance. Is there anything else that we need to talk about? No, I think we're ready. We're going to move on into our joint checks. Saw a whole bunch of comments come in, so I'm going to take a look real quick. Ms. Lois Lane says, like bubble wrap. Oh, I would break something like bubble wrap. Hey, if your joints are making crazy sounds, sometimes that's not bad. I mean, chiropractors make crazy sounds all the time when they go doing crazy things to people's bodies. So, a couple of cracks in the body isn't all that serious. If it hurts afterwards, that might be a bit serious. Spammy Maskin says it feels great on the body. Amazing. Good. That's the goal, to feel the stretch, to eventually get loose and relaxed. Let's do our joint checks. We're gonna start with some hip circles. Right after I do the side splits, I know I have a whole bunch of tension in the sides of the hips, so I feel a huge amount of tension right here in these positions. You can go through the full hip circle. Maybe if you have a tight low back, you'll feel it a little bit here when you're scooting around to that side. And that is what we're up to. We are just spending a little bit of time checking to see if our hips need a little bit of extra love. All right, from here, we're gonna do a quick high knee. You can imagine you're going, sending a knee strike into an imaginary opponent's face. If that's too aggressive for you, you can just lift your knee. That's fine too. And if your knees came up, you're probably fine. You can move on. We are going to do some squats. I want you to keep your feet pretty close together. If you go really wide right now, it's going to be really hard. Put a lot of pressure on your knees. We don't need that. So bring your legs together. From here, I want you to try and bring your chest to your knees while you pop into a squat, like so. If you got extra long torso, you're probably leaning quite a bit forward and you're putting a lot of weight and pressure onto your toes to try to help you keep you counterbalanced. That's good. That's good. We want to engage as many muscles and joints as possible. But try your best to sit back a little bit and fold forward so you can keep the weight centered on your legs for a little bit longer. From here, we're going to try our best to bring our knees forward. Feel that ankle stretch, feel the calves getting tense and stretched out. And you'll probably feel it even more in your toes now that you're leaning super far forward. Keep those toes feeling strong. From here, we're going to try our best to do a little bit of a calf raise. Okay? And these are important to focus on because when you're in this compromised position, you want your legs to work well and you want your legs to be strong, right? So when we're doing these calf raises in that position, if you're able to do them, you can come up now. You don't have to keep holding that crazy position. Your legs are probably really tired. We had our toes working really hard. We had our feet working really hard, trying to keep us from falling over. We had the ankles stretched out, the calves stretched, pulling our whole body together to keep us from flopping around on the floor. We had our knees working with our quads, with our hips, and all those muscles were working well together to help us get into a nice, crazy, but still balanced position. And now we can get out of it. We're done. That's it. That's a joint check. We just want to make sure your lower body was working well enough in the main muscle movement patterns. Cool? I think that's everything. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in, practicing consistency with me today. Again, we do 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching. It's 65 minutes in, there's 5 minutes into the next hour, so we're running for 65 minutes so far. We do this every single day to practice the number one quality, consistency. Because at the end of the day, you can have the best possible plan, but if you can't follow through on the plan, it's probably not the best plan. And what we try to do here is we try to come in at a standard time, 9 p.m. Eastern, every single day. Try to bring good vibes, good energy, so that we can struggle through our stretches together, enjoy each other's company in the comments, work our way through some painful stretches, and hopefully make a whole bunch of progress towards our side splits, towards better hip mobility, towards better movement together. Cool? All right. I am ready to come and check out the chat. I saw some stuff come in. Ms. Lois Lane says, dang, that's so crazy. I don't know what I did, but I appreciate the compliment. Spa me, Miss Ken says, thanks for this. Josh says, thanks. Ms. Lois Lane says, yay. Kilmar says, thanks, Ken. Bye. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I hope you had fun and hope you got a good workout in. And maybe, hopefully, you're ready for bed. Spam. I need help. How do you pronounce your username? What should I emphasize? Says very good instructions. Thanks, bro. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Ms. Lois Lane says, you're strong. Oh, thanks. I do some version of this show every single day, and I have been doing some version of this show for like 400 days now at this point. So if anything looks particularly crazy, I've had a lot of practice, right? The live runs for an hour and 10 minutes. I do some Q&A and talking at the end. Typically goes up to an hour and a half pretty frequently. And realistically, we're only spending 20 minutes of that time, 30 minutes of that time actually in stretches, actually doing moves. I spend a lot more time talking about the move, explaining it, demonstrating, and doing all these things. So, when I say I do an hour and a half of the live, it's not an hour and a half of exercise. It's like it's like half an hour of exercise, half an hour of talking and explaining to make sure as many people as possible are aware of what we're doing, feel confident that they're doing the right thing, and can do it with us, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what I want to encourage. I want people to practice consistency. I want people to feel comfortable to hop in to try a little bit of something. If they never come back, they learn something useful and they can implement it into their lives, into their day. If they do come back, then now we do stuff together. Is there anything else I gotta bring up? I make other content. Other than the live that we do every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern, there is a 9 a.m. live on the weekend. So that means in 11-ish hours, we get our 9 a.m. live, and you can feel free to hop into that. 9 a.m. is Eastern time zone, by the way. So we started an hour, 8 minutes ago. That is 9 p.m. If you add, or I guess technically subtract 12 hours in either direction, you got the other time. Make other content. So if you ever miss the live and you're like, oh man, I wish I had the whole workout in front of me so that I can do it for some reason, you can hop onto YouTube. The username is the same. It's at splits on the side. And I have a 13-minute, I think maybe 15-minute video that is all of the stretches that we just did. But instead of spending a whole bunch of time explaining, we just basically jump right into it, one exercise after the next. And we don't take any breaks. We go full speed and we do exactly 30 seconds of each stretch. So it really compacts and shortens the workout. When we do the live version, I spend a lot of time telling you, oh, keep compressing, keep going forward, keep getting deeper into that stretch, and then we do 30 seconds. So it ends up being a much longer stretch. So that hopefully you get a little bit more preparation, you get a little bit more done in that stretch. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna scroll through the comments and see what else we got. We got the thank yous. Thank you, everybody. Great instructions. Thank you, bro. Awesome. Okay. That is it. Then we are wrapping up. Oh, wait, what's going on? Bumble Bree. Oh, man. I got old comments from way back that I have not seen. Hold on. I'm going to scroll a little bit and see what's going on. Miss Lois Lane says, ooh, I would break something. Bumble Bree shared the live a bunch of times. Thank you. Thank you. And Bumble says, I love ramen noodles. I love soggy noodles. That's hilarious. That's so funny. I'm glad that we added it in then. Spam says this is a tough stretch. Tough stretch. We were doing ramen noodles, so we were probably already doing side splits. Yes, the side splits are not easy. They're a crazy combination of all the different muscles that we've been stretching up until this point. So you need some hamstring flexibility. You need your glutes, the side of the glutes open. You need sort of this motion that we were doing for the butterfly, right? In the butterfly, we kind of bring our feet together and we open up the hips like this. Side splits are basically that, but with your leg lengthened out and your back rotated so it's a little bit more upright. And all those stretches are basically pre-stretching some of the muscles that we need in order to do the side splits. The pancake is basically like 75% of a side split, and plus we're folding forward, right? So we're getting extra deep, crazy hamstring stretch. The pancake and the side split are pretty much like two kind of end game positions, right? If you can get into those, your other muscles are going to be relatively pretty flexible compared to somebody who can't do those, right? So it's a good general benchmark to work towards and to be pretty confident that your hips are going to be pretty flexible and pretty strong. Mostly the strength doesn't come from you doing crazy things and holding cool positions, but you'll be at least mobile. All right. Oh, what else we got in the chat? I think it's pretty quiet before that. Elizabeth says, thank you. I will try. Oh, okay. How many times a week? Gotcha. Yep. We covered that. We do this 7 days a week. And on the weekends, we have a bonus live at 9 a.m. Eastern instead of our daily 9 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Sunday. Not instead of, in addition to. And thank you for telling yourself and telling us that you're going to keep coming back. I appreciate it. All right. I think with that, we are done with the old chat. Scrolling back down for one last glance and one last look-see. And I think we are good. Che, thank you for being here, sending the roses. I appreciate it. It's time to wrap up. Fix says, please start, dude. We finished. We just finished an hour and 5 minutes of live side split stretching. So you actually missed the whole thing. And we're wrapping up. This is the Q&A part at the end. So I spent a little bit of time reminding people what the show is about, what we do every single day, and hopefully you can come back for the next one. Since it's the weekend, we do a bonus live. So in the 11 hours, or like 10 hours and 47 minutes at 9 a.m. Eastern, we got another live. So you can feel free to come back and hang out there. But we are wrapping up for today because we just did a little bit over an hour. Cool. Sorry, Fix. All right. Closing up. Goodbye. Ali says tomorrow at 8 a.m. It might be 8 a.m. for you. But it's 9 a.m. Eastern. That's the time zone that I reference all the time. Um, Currently, it's 10:13 p.m. Eastern, where I'm at right now. So if you need a little bit of help, we started an hour and 13 minutes ago, and that's 9 p.m. Eastern for me. And when I'm referencing 9 a.m. versus 9 p.m., it's from that time, an hour and 14 minutes ago. Cool? All right, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you're feeling a little bit more relaxed if you were able to do the full workout. And if you're not able, if you weren't able to do the full workout, I'll see you in a couple hours. Cool? Bye.